There we go. And all right, hi. So I'm Trisha Fenby, and I work at the Arc of Midland, and I have the opportunity today to have Sarah with me as a co-facilitator of this interview. We're actually going to be talking to a friend of mine, Shayna, who has utilized independent facilitation for person-centered planning, and she has been willing to give us an idea of how it has had a positive impact on her life. So thank you, Shayna. I appreciate it and welcome.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I hope you're enjoying your training today. I've been asked to come to speak to you today about how my life has been impacted by independent facilitation. First, I want to talk to you a little bit about what independent facilitation has done to positively impact my life and how that has transferred into all aspects of my life. Before I was ever offered independent facilitation, my person-centered plans entailed me sitting in a room with my counselor, coming up with counseling-specific goals. Counseling-specific goals are good. There's nothing wrong with that, but it didn't entail anything else in my life. It didn't entail how am I going to maintain my home? I'm a homeowner. How am I going to, as a person with multiple disabilities, I live with lupus, and one thing I struggle with is fall cleanup. I have several big, large trees in my yard, as I'm sure many of you do. So within the person-centered planning process with the independent facilitation, I was offered to have people that care about me and care about my goals in my life to come and be a part of the meeting, help me and assist me with developing goals that were counseling specific, that were specific to how do I stay in my own home, how's my medical treatment for my physical illnesses, how is my social life, how is my employment. I have a bachelor's degree from Saginaw Valley State University in social work with a political science minor. So I have many goals in my life, and even though I'm receiving mental health services, I want to continue to learn, to grow, to have goals and achieve the life I want to live. So with this person-centered planning process, everything about my life was encompassed. It was not just sitting in a room with a counselor making counseling specific goals. It encompassed all aspects of my life. As the years have gone on with the independent facilitation, I've noticed my goals have evolved even more because I've been able to bring other individuals into my planning process that I would never have thought to bring in prior to. The Arc of Midland has allowed me to have several social work interns come into my person-centered planning process. And this allows even a newer perspective because this is a time when I'm usually meeting the interns for the first time. And they bring the new person perspective because they're new usually to the ARC. When my person-centered planning process has taken place, the interns have usually only been interning for a few weeks. And it allows me to teach them that just because you're a social worker doesn't mean that you at some point in your life need help too. It shows that anyone can need help at some point or another, and that even though you have a disability doesn't mean you can't achieve whatever goals you have, whether that means being a social worker, a teacher, a doctor. It's possible with the right supports and with the right type of person to facilitate that will look outside the box and see your dreams, your passions, and your aspirations for your life. Thank you for letting me speak today.
Yes,
There
thank
any
you so
questions?
much. Oh my gosh, Shayna, that was wonderful. Thank you so much. How do you feel right now about your life? Do you think that, do you feel like you've got the right supports then with the way your life is going right now?
In my life, I mean, there's trying times. There's a lot additional support than I used to have. Trying to navigate the world of supports for disability isn't always the easiest, and it's a journey. And I mean, from going from being a full-time college student doing internships to working part-time during that time to periods of time of not being able to work at all or really have much of a social life because of illness, I at this point in time I could benefit from additional supports that I see other individuals having. But one thing that I struggle with as a person with a college degree and a disability, that I've noticed that it is more difficult to obtain specific services than you would if you weren't college educated. And that's a barrier. And I feel I'm well spoken, and that's sometimes a stigma within the mental health community. If you are, like I said, educated, appear able-bodied, it is harder to get supports that a person would benefit from. For example, one support I could benefit from is community living support hours, where community mental health is funding activities such as going to the Creative 360 art shop to do art classes. I could benefit from being able to have that service. I would be able to actually attend classes. At this point, being on Social Security and not employed at the current moment, I'm not able to attend those classes because of financial reasons.
Okay.
But with all that said, I don't have a horrible life. My life is better than what it was when I was not receiving the independent facilitation. Life is filled with people that love and care about me. I have hobbies. I'm currently looking for employment. And I currently, like I said earlier, I live in my own home and am maintaining this home. So Trisha, is there any additional questions you have for me?
No, I think that covers it, Shayna. I really appreciate you sharing all of this, and I know that everyone that is going to be watching this video is going to get valuable information just being able to hear your story. So thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I'll be talking to you again soon, I know. All right.
All right.